We've jumped over to the kitchen. We're serving up something delicious for lunch, a lamb shank with garlic mash.
We're here to assist Dean Diplock from the Radisson Blue Hotel in Athlone. Dean,
that's a plate.
That's a plate,
That's
man.
a plate. Yeah. Well, it's a family-style way we're going to serve it today, so
Lamb
it's just for presentation.
Dino. Oh.
Nice and slow and low.
Beautiful.
For time purposes only, and also because we don't want to smoke out the studio, I've pre-sealed the lamb shanks, and I've cooked off and started browning carrots, onions and celery, the holy trio. They're in there now, to which I'm going to add some tomato paste.
Any garlic in there, Dino, now?
No, not. We're putting the garlic in the mashed potatoes instead.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
So we're just going to cook out that tomato paste a little bit. And then into that, I'm going to put a really good veal stock or lamb stock, or in brown beef stock is also good. You can keep all the drippings from the roasts, chicken roast, beef, etc., and use them as well. It's great in this dish.
It's just so packed with flavour.
Loads of flavour, loads of flavour. Again, for a little bit of tartness, our red wine.
Yeah. That does add a lovely richness, doesn't it?
It does, yes. And then also a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Oh, nice.
A bit of sweetness, bit of tartness to it as well in there too.
Nice.
So that goes in. My quintessential bay leaves,
of course.
Cloves, must have. I've got 2 beef stock cubes and a bit of rosemary. That all goes in together. Now, we just want to bring that to a light simmer. Okay. And then we're going to put in our lamb, which, as I said, is pre-sealed. And cover it up with, this is obviously an oven-proof dish, with an oven-proof lid, and that's what you require for it to go in the oven in its entirety. Now, it will slightly stick out, as you can see, but during the cooking process, while you're checking it, you can just turn them over and make sure they're cooked all around. It's not absolutely essential, because it will cause steam as it cooks with a lid on it in the oven. Time-wise, put it at 180 degrees Celsius initially. And then we can turn it down to about 160. But at 180, you can cook it for 2 hours. Then bring it out. We're then going to make a slurry of our browning powder.
A slurry?
Yes. A slurry. It's such a gorgeous colouring term, a slurry.
Exactly. A little bit of water into it. And we just mix in it all together. And I've also got 2 sachets of lamb gravy powder in here, which is going to give you loads of flavour into the dish. And all we're going to do then is we're going to add this to our sauce to thicken it, and we turn the temperature down to about 160, and we cook it for another half an hour or so, just to make sure that the meat is nice and soft.
So 2.5 to 3 hours.
2.5 to 3 hours. It depends on the size, the weight. The best thing to do is literally just take a knife, and if a butter knife can quite easily go through the meat, it's ready.
It's ready.
As simple as that. It can come out.
That's a good tip.
So that's the start of it. Next is going to be the mashed potato. So now I have pre-cooked some potato, just in salted water. Just a little salted water. Excuse the mess. Clean that up a little bit. And steady masher. Now, we've previously used a ricer on the show that I've shown you. This most people will have in their house, so we can use this as well. These particular potatoes are very floury, and that's what you're looking for when you want to make a good
Are they
soft
roasters? Are they pipers?
Actually, these are from Poland, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, potatoes from Poland. I've been experimenting with them a little bit, and they're fantastic. It's a white potato. It's not the red rooster-style potato. But fabulous taste, really. You'll see it's absolutely lovely. Very high in starch. Your butter and your milk, again, it depends on how much water has been absorbed by the potato. You just want to check it. I like mine particularly soft, others not so much.
So this is melted butter and water
just melted butter and boiled milk, literally. I did it in the microwave quickly. You want to keep it hot so you can go straight in. It doesn't cool down your mashed potatoes. You can put as much butter as you like into it. In fact, Heston Blumenthal goes 50-50 on his, which is a bit crazy.
That's typical Heston, you know.
That's a bit crazy.
It is, actually, isn't it? It's very indulgent.
Absolutely, very rich. Here I've got 2 cloves of garlic that I've wrapped up in some tin foil, a little bit of salt, baked in the oven also at about 180 degrees for about 15 minutes to 25 minutes, or until they're soft, depending on the size of them. And the base part just pops off, and you're left with this
you
lovely,
just squeeze it all out.
Roasted garlic.
Roasted garlic, which we then put straight into the mash, like so. Excuse that piece there. Clean that off.
It literally just squeezes in, doesn't it?
Literally, it's like a paste. Absolutely, nice and soft. Now you can push it out on the tray
tell you
as
what,
well.
that's a
and do
lot
it.
of garlic.
That's
down
a
in there,
hell of a
Dana.
lot of garlic,
But it's
Gene.
cooked garlic. Roast garlic is quite sweet. It doesn't have that pungent garlic flavour.
Yes, yeah.
And it just adds to the mashed
Oh,
potatoes.
smells, Judy.
Little bit.
Just beautiful.
It is fabulous. Yes, it is. And a bit of chives, a bit of greenery, so making a champ mash, basically.
Lovely.
And that is our mashed potatoes done and dusted. We have plenty salt in the mash, so I don't need to add any salt, but I would suggest adding a little bit of pepper,
Okay.
white pepper, so that it doesn't look like it's little black bits of potato
Yes,
in your
yeah.
mash. Give a quick mix. And then if I could ask you to
Certainly.
pass that over.
I would
going
quite happy
to-
to take
Dean
that pot
is
now.
the king of
Feeding
big
everybody.
portions, aren't you?
Feeding everybody.
Hearty food and
Has to
generous
be.
portions.
Has to be, absolutely. So we're making a well here.
Yes, I
This
make
is
it a
enough
well
for
too.
the whole team. So
Well, you say that now. You have myself an banana to feed first.
I'd say we'd make a good go of this, would you?
I
Very
don't
good.
fancy its chances.
and as usual, here's one that we made earlier.
Dean, will you
This
stop
is now-
the lights?
Wow.
Slow roasted.
And of course, with the greenery.
It keeps very well as well. So freezes excellently too. I've just
Nice
got
bit of-
some.
That's just oiled asparagus or butter?
I've
or...
just put a little bit of my favourite rapeseed oil on it.
Yes.
Nice.
Gives you that lovely nutty feel to
We're
it.
killed for time here, Dino.
Not a problem. I will put this on and we're done.
Marvellous. Look at that.
Right.
And of course, we'll pop the recipe up on our Facebook.
Absolutely.
All that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But we are going to taste it before we go to a break.
There's a lot involved in this dish, but I think it's well worth it,
prep.
isn't it?
It's
My
all just
God.
prep,
Will you
really.
So that's basically just my portion, is it? That's there.
What's everyone else having, Dean?
It's a desperate Dan portion.
There is some.
There you go, Anna. Here you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Thank
Dean,
you.
magnificent. Right.
And
Lovely
Dean, as you
soft.
say, if the knife goes through it,
Absolutely.
Look at that.
It's
Just falling off
ready.
the
It's
bone.
ready. It's ready.
And the garlic mash.
Won't fall off the bone too much. You wanted to keep it together just
This is
a
going
little
to
bit.
burn the mouth off me.
Yeah,
but
just
you know what?
it is
I
hot.
don't
Please,
care,
you've done
'cause
it
you
before.
Speak now.
Be careful. Be
oh,
careful.
it's delicious.
Very tasty.
Rich, but absolutely gorgeous.
It's so wintry,
You're
and this
staying with
weather
us,
is
Dean?
perfect. Yes, we're going to make the banana bread next.
Lovely. Well, after the break, holiday destinations to suit every budget. Stay with us. Are you all right there?
You wouldn't like it.